Hey everybody. It is Sunday, September 27th, yes, and we are in the annex with Tilbury's stable of kittens. I know it's been a couple days since we've seen them, so it seemed important. And I was going to do Artie first and then come up here and see these kids, but Artie was busy stuffing his face with food, so I decided that we would start up here instead. And if you've been paying attention to the regular Kitten Academy live stream, then you know that Tilly has been moving her kittens out of the box on pretty much a regular basis at this point. Also, I need to make a correction. I said Morgan was the first kitten out of the box and that it was some kind of like an awesome record. Um, I don't know for sure that Morgan made it out of the box on her own power. That might have been the first case of her mom moving the kittens out. So I guess we just can't be sure. We can't verify that record. So don't call the Guinness people yet. They're going to want verification. But now, because she keeps moving the kittens out, this morning she took three of them and stuffed them behind the beanbag chair. As a result of all of that, we have removed the beanbag chair. It's not here anymore. That's where it would have been. And we've moved her box over to the other side of the room. That's over there is where it used to be, and over here is where it is now. I know, very informative. I've also cut down the front barrier in the box so the kids can come and go as they please. And then we've put up our usual little fence to sort of try to keep them confined to one part of the room that goes all the way around here. So they've got a lot of room to come out and play on the rug with toys and stuff, which they have not done yet. So far, they haven't really gone further than a couple of steps outside of the box, but that may change soon, especially as I get to spend more time in here. I think that will encourage them to come out. You saw how once I started talking for the close-up, they all woke up and reacted, and they definitely like their people. So as I hang out more in the room and I don't have the beanbag to hang out on, they may come out of the box a little more often just to see me. Who knows? I can see it looks like they're thinking about it right now. So that's the news for these guys. Otherwise, the only news is that they are all so crazy healthy and fat and fuzzy and walking around now. Most of them can even lift their bellies up off the floor a little bit. And today they are just over 2 weeks old. They would have been born 2 weeks ago yesterday. So that's some pretty advanced little kittens as far as I'm concerned. Tilly's been doing a great job with them. And for Tilly's part, she's still just the same that she's been. She's excited to see me every time I come in the room. She often wants to leave the room and go look around the house, which she often gets to do. She's still perfectly friendly with the faculty. And so we're very, very happy about all of that. I'm just thrilled at what an awesome, fuzzy, fat family this is. That's exactly what we like. So that's great. Anyway, it's also been a few days since we've weighed these kittens because I have been so preoccupied with all of the adoptions. Bessie and Bebop went home yesterday. They did fine, and we're already getting some videos and photos from their adopters on the Discord, and I think there's at least one short video clip from their trip home on their Instagram, and I know there will be more coming. They're, her adopters. They're not the biggest social media folks in the world, but they are keeping up a little bit. So you may not get the complete inundation of videos and photos that you might have wanted, but you're going to get plenty to keep up with how Bessie is doing, and I think that's great. And that's more than we can ask, really. We don't expect. There's no rule that says adopters have to share anything at all. Not everybody that adopts a kitten wants to be in the limelight, but fortunately, Bessie and Bebop's adopters do plan to keep up with us a little, and that's all we can ask. So I'm happy about all of that, and it does seem like they are so responsible. They bought little rubber mats for the floor to put underneath the cat trees. So if Bessie climbs up the cat trees, she's got that extra safety of a tumbling mat to tumble onto, and just every care that they could possibly take, they are taking, and I think that's really wonderful. They're great people, and so are all the other adopters too. I don't mean to just single them out, but they were the most recent. So there you have it. We need to. Oh yeah, so Artie. Maybe I didn't get to him yet, but we'll get to him in a minute. I guess I can go ahead and talk about it while we're sitting here watching these kittens walk around and stuff. We're gonna weigh all of them in just a minute too together, but we'll get to it. Artie's adopter. So Artie, I think first off, I haven't brought up the fact that after he got his ultrasound at the clinic, what we discovered is that maybe I did mention this. He's definitely, it's been confirmed, has one kidney that's a little underdeveloped. And it seems like the other one has compensated for that by being a little bit bigger than usual, which is exactly what our vet thought the case was, but she wasn't real confident about her ultrasound, so she wanted to get a professional radiologist to do one. And the radiologist said basically that she was exactly right, and that's exactly what was going on. So, um, what that means for Artie is that probably he's probably going to show some signs of kidney trouble earlier than most cats, and most cats do if they, when they live into old age. Oh, I mean, I read somewhere online that it's like just one of those things that they live long enough, they're going to have some kind of kidney issue. Um, so Artie just seems like he's probably likely to have one a little bit earlier than some other cats, but he doesn't have one yet. His kidneys are working great. But his adopter has arranged to continue to see Dr. Katz with him, the same doctor that we see, and also she's the same person that adopted Taylor, so she's going to start taking Taylor to Dr. Katz as well. So that's pretty cool. And she said that was actually part of what gave her a lot of confidence in adopting Artie, even though we know that he's got a little bit of a kidney condition, is the fact that she knows Dr. Katz is going to be there for her and for Artie. I just think that's wonderful. Dr. Katz has been so good to us, and just is one of those people that truly cares about the cats that come to her practice. So I'm really happy about all that. So that's the story about Artie, and he's going to get picked up by his adopter today in a couple of hours. I think about 2 or 3 o'clock is the plan, and I'm happy about that too, because um, I think it's going to be good for him. He's going to have a family that's already really in love with him and knows how to take care of him. He's got the best doctor, and just everything is going to be great for little Artie. So yeah, that's all arranged now, and today will be the day. So happy about that. Although it does feel like a little bit of an empty nest here. I think I can use a week or two off before we start hunting around for the next mom cat. I think these guys should at least be old enough to be out of the box and probably weaned before we start trying to find our next mom. So we got maybe a month of just these guys before we start looking for who's going to be the next class. And that's fine. These kids seem like they're going to be awfully entertaining. I think they should be enough to carry us for at least a few weeks or a month. Especially with Tilly. Look how sweet she is. Plus, I think this class is going to get to wander around the house and meet the faculty and everything, where some of the other classes haven't had utter freedom. Bebop's kids got to meet them a little bit, but it would have been better if Bebop had gotten along with the faculty sooner. So with Tilly already getting along with the faculty, I think we're going to get an awful lot of time out and wandering around, and it's going to be really cool. Oh, look at that! A little bit of cleaning mom back. Good job, Clyde. I think he's really just trying to play with her. So patient. So that's Clydesdale. He's one of the two boys. I think at this point you guys have basically all the news. Now, I published the July video bits for everybody to look at, and it's a pretty fun video. I already kind of wish I'd picked different music. Not that the music's bad. It's from Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod. Anyway, he does a lot of royalty-free music that's really good music, and it's a great track, but now that I've watched the video myself like a million times, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have just looped it twice. I should have done something. Anyway, so enough complaining about that. You can always turn the music down. The video, though, is just wonderful, and it's a great way to go back and see McLeod. Then, okay, Kevin McLeod. Thank you guys for the pronunciation guide there. He does some great music. It's a great track, but now I've listened to it just too many times, and nonetheless, my point was more about how the video is some great memories of mostly of Bebop's class. There's a little bit of Gab and her gifts on there too, but it's mostly young. When Bebop's class was at this age, actually, just a little bit older than this. They were walking around and they were just starting to eat, so they would have been a couple weeks older than this at the beginning of July when the video bits start. So yeah, so there you have it. It's fun. The video bits is really cool. I hope you like it. And then there's still the butterfly video, which if you're on Discord, you've got access to some of the raw footage of that event from one camera. But when we did the butterflies with Bessie, I recorded it from like 4 different cameras and all these angles and one in slow-mo. And I really went all out, and that is still something that's going to be taking a while for me to get edited. I know in the meantime, somebody went through and posted timestamps on the one video that's out there for the Discorders. So you can skip right to when Bessie comes in, you can skip right to when the other kittens come in, or when the faculty comes in, or when Smokey and everybody. So that was very helpful. I don't remember who it was that did that, but I pinned it right at the top of the comments. So if you are on the Discord and you do go to watch the butterfly video that's out there, you can check the comments and skip right to the part you want to see. Okay, let's take some weights. Let's take some weights for these kids. I think it's about time. Enough waiting. Let's do the weights. So we're going to start with little quarter pony, aka Quartz. Oh, but look at the way Brumby here is just staring at me and the camera. What are you thinking, Brumble? Oh, Brumby beans. Look how tiny that face is. I know it's hard to tell how small they are until I put something in the frame that you can tell the size of, like my fingers. They're little tiny kittens. Okay, so this is quarter pony, aka Quartz, and let's get the scale going. Oh, hello. Now she wants to see what we're doing. All right, Quartzy, you ready for your first weigh-in a couple days? Let's see how we're doing here. Oh, okay. Check right on there. You stand up there for just a second. 10 ounces on the button. That's good. We can go with that. I think that scale's, sturdy. Good. Look how pretty you are. You look like a tiny kitten now. I guess you're kind of in between. You're like half potato, half kitten. We're getting there. So fuzzy. And you can see her colors she's starting to, it's just getting darker and darker all the time in her ears, her nose. Now I think I see a little bit of it around her face. Some of that seems like it's more than just a shadow. And her tail, I'm sure you have noticed as well. Look at that. The tip of it is very dark now. And she's at that phase now where they have the antenna tail that just sticks up like a bumblebee stinger, like just straight up in the air. Very cute. I know people think that they see stripes on her legs, but I think those are actually just the way that her skin is sort of wrinkly and fat. You can see it better here on this camera. I don't think she's showing any color on the legs as such. Well, actually, I take it back. There is a little bit that goes down to a sock. Do you see where that ends at the end there? So right about there, it transitions from some color to some white. It's very hard to see, though. And it looks like the front legs are the same way, where she's got all the way down to just her fingers, and then you can see that line there. It's more than just a shadow. So there is some color there. How about that? It's very hard to make all that out though, for sure. Right now it's very subtle, but I bet it's going to darken up over a time. So we will see. Okay, okay. Look at that belly. I love these kittens are so healthy. I love the fact that they're just round and fuzzy and perfectly healthy. So that's great news. Okay, that's Quartz or Cupie or Quarter Pony, the girl. Next we have Shire, the boy. Shire is this one, the all black one. And he's nursing, but he can take a break. He is the big chonker in this family. Look how shiny his fur is and soft and healthy. Just love it. Hi. Yeah, well, you have a lot to say about that. Let's put you on the scale and see how you weigh. 12.3. That's a good weight. That's good. 12.3. And we got another. Look at the size of that belly. Like, he is much bigger. It's good. It's hard to capture how perfectly black he is with this camera because the camera wants to adjust and make him look a little more gray or lighter than he is. But he's a very dark, um, beautiful, beautiful fur. So shiny. There we go. Not any sort of marking on him anywhere. No white at all. Just completely panther kitty. So he's gorgeous. Yes, and big. All right. So then number 3 was our Tuxie Brumby. That's Shire, the boy, by the way. So now Brumby is a girl. Here's our little Brumby who we saw just a minute ago. Hi, look how pretty you are. So Brumby is our black Tuxie girl, and she weighs 10, also right on the nose. Good. She's been the smallest, I think, almost the whole time, in competition with Quartz for being the smallest. 10's a good weight, though. And I want you to see her belly spot. Look at that. She's got a spot, a black spot right in the middle of her belly. It's so cute. I know, you've got a lot to say about being held. It's good practice for you, though. So now we've got her weight. Well, you're too cute, though. I can't deal with how cute you are. Okay. All right, let's go back to Mom. There you go, little Brumby. Little Brumble. Okay, so next we have Morgan, the girl who is the all gray girl who's sort of Mom's twin, although it remains to be seen if she's going to be a long hair or short hair. It's basically impossible to tell at this age. So this is Morgan. Morgan seems very advanced. She's still getting credit for being the first out of the box, I guess, although we don't know for sure whether she cheated. She definitely seems like an explorer, though. Like, if I had to guess who was going to be the first out of the box, I'd probably go with her anyway. She weighs 11.4. There you go. She does have some major bedhead happening. Let's get a dark background so you can really see. Could end up meaning that she's going to be a big floofer like her mom. And look at her ears they're still laid down. We see this all the time on this stream. They're so funny right now. They'll probably stand up in the next few days, but right now she looks like, I don't know, like a little miniature baby Yoda or something. It's too much. Meow. Got a big belly on her too. Oh, just such wonderful, healthy little kittens. And I love the way her fur is so silver. It really does have like, little white highlights and stuff. And it's more silver than gray, I would say. It's wonderful. Yes, very beautiful. Okay, so that's Morgan the girl. And then finally, there you go, Tilly. Finally, we have Clyde. Clydesdale, the boy. Come on, Clyde. Right here. Hi, pal. You look like I woke you up, but you were nursing. Yeah, I guess that's as bad as being woken up, huh? Okay, let's get your weight up here. 12. 12. All right, good. That's 3/4 of a pound. There we go. 12. You got a lot to say. He's loud. He really does not want to be up here. He'd rather be nursing. Yeah, so he's obviously our dilute tuxie. Oh, I hear you. You don't have to be so loud. Wow. Clyde. Clyde, the complainer. I didn't think you were going to be the complainer in this group. Okay. All right, we'll bring you back to mom. It's not so bad. Look at Tilly's face is like, I don't know. Anyway, all right, so that's the whole class. We should go see Artie now so that we can say goodbye to him. He's got access to the whole house, and he had access to the whole house all night, but instead of running around the house, he hung out with me and snuggled all night long. So he's a real sweetheart and a snuggler. But now that it is daytime, he has been wandering all around the house and mostly trying to follow me around and hang out where I am. But since he doesn't have access to me right now, it's going to be a surprise where we might find him. We might have to do a little bit of hunting, especially since I don't, he hasn't had access to the house enough for me to have some idea of what his favorite spot to be might be. So let's go take a look around until we find him, and then we'll do his goodbye wave. All right, here we go. If you want to keep watching these kids, by the way, the Kitten Academy live stream runs 24 hours a day here on YouTube. And if you look for the Kitten Academy live stream, you can watch them from 3 different camera angles all day long. I think he's going to be downstairs, so we're going to head downstairs first. Here's Smokey. Hi, Smoker. Hey. Okay. Well, let's see. Artie. I've got a guess already that he is in the new tree, because that's where he tends to. Oh, he is. Hey, look at that. I was right. So I do know where he hangs out. He likes to hang out right here on the bottom of this new cat tree. This sort of seems like his spot. When he can't find me or anybody else to hang out with, he just goes and sits here in the tree. And there he is. Hi, pal. Looking good. He was in the first spot I guessed he would be. How's it going? Well, let me snap the tripod onto this camera. Oh, hey, pal. And then we can do his little tradition goodbye wave. Oh, kind of doing it himself. That's kind of how you do it, sort of. Okay. All right, hang on here. I'm working on the tripod. Oop, oop. Got it. Pal, we got to say goodbye to everybody. You ready for that? All right, let's see. Come on, everybody. Just for a minute. You can go right back to your favorite spot. So, like I said, his adopter is due to come get him around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We don't know exactly, but she's, Taylor's adopter. She lives in the area. Say goodbye, pal. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, there you go, looking at the camera, but sitting down? Okay, well, that's a weird way to do it, but you can do it your way. Okay, good enough. As you know, he's going to be adopted with Taylor. And you might remember Taylor as the mom cat from a previous class. And Taylor's adopter lives in the area. In fact, Taylor's adopter is the one that saved us by loaning us the generator during the power outage, the big power outage that we had. So she's the one that got us back online. And as I mentioned earlier in the close-up, she is going to start taking him and Taylor both to see Dr. Katz. So it's good to know that she's going to be local and that if she ever has any trouble, we're right here for her. And vice versa. She's made it very clear that she's right here for us and saved us from, the power outage. So got that going for her. I'm wearing my personal cat servant t-shirt for like the third day in a row. Don't tell anybody. But I do have plans to get a shower in today. I'm overdue. All right, I took all of his favorite toys already and put them out with his endowments, including the purple marshmallow bed that gets to go with him, and the fish tail bed that you used to see him in all the time. I don't know if he's been in it lately, but I thought it would make a good thing to go home with him. Also, his favorite little purple toys, like that purple. He's got a purple ball. He's got that little purple. What do you call it? Fun tube that you saw is just one of his favorite things in the whole world. I discovered actually as I was picking his stuff up that almost all of his favorite stuff is purple, which is strange. So when Taylor's adopter asked if we had a spare harness for him, I picked out a purple one for him. So he's got a purple harness he gets to go home in. He's got the purple bed. He's got a purple piece of, there's a purple piece of rabbit fur. I don't even know where it came from. Now it's just a shred of rabbit fur that he has been playing with and running around upstairs. So you guys haven't seen it very much, but it's also one of his favorite toys in the world and happens to also be purple. So I don't know. I guess he's got a favorite color, and I guess it's purple. um, so all that stuff is packed up to go with him. Also, you guys remember the mechanical fish that he would play with, that he was the one that had the most fun with? That ended up in his endowments too. So he took the mechanical fish. And of course, everything that everyone sent is also out there, like all the beds and the toys and the bowls and the everything, all ready to go home with him and Taylor. So there we go. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in and watching the kittens. I really appreciate it, and thank you all for um, doing everything that you do to help get these kittens adopted, even if what you do is just watching the kittens. That does actually help them get adopted. It really does. So I appreciate it. And if you are listening to this, then you are who I'm talking to, one way or the other. So thank you very, very much. Um, and I guess that's it. So we will see you for another close-up tomorrow, or I should say I will, and the kittens upstairs will, and maybe some of the faculty will, but little Artie, probably not, because he's going home today. All right. Okay, see you later. All right. See you later, everybody.